welcome back to the Soccer Punter podcast for match week 13 of the English Premier League. In this video I'll be looking at Man City versus Liverpool and Brentford versus Arsenal on Saturday, Spurs versus Aston Villa and Everton Man United on Sunday, as well as the Fulham versus Wolves game on Monday. It's first versus second as champions Man City welcome Liverpool to the Etihad. Man City sit top of the Premier League with 9 wins, a draw and 2 losses. All 5 points they've dropped this campaign have come away from home, including that remarkable 4-4 draw at Chelsea right before the break. They're the division's top scorers with 32 goals and are averaging over 3 goals per game in front of their own support. Second place Liverpool have picked up 27 points from a possible 36, with a record of 8 wins, 3 draws and just the 1 loss, which came in controversial circumstances at Spurs. Like Man City, Jurgen Klopp's men have also taken maximum points at home soil, dropping points in 3 out of their 6 away matches. They have the joint best defensive record in the Premier League, having conceded only 10 goals. Man City have the best scoring record, second most shots and most shots on target this term. Going back to the beginning of last season, City have lost just once in 24 home games. Notable absentees for this match are Kevin De Bruyne and Mateo Kovacic, while the likes of Ederson, Nathan Ake, John Stones and Erling Haaland should all return to the squad. Liverpool have the highest number of shots and XG in the Premier League this season. Last season they won only 3 of their 9 away games against their fellow top half finishers. They've already dropped points at Chelsea, Spurs and Brighton this season. Andy Robertson is out, while Ibrahima Konate, Ryan Gravenberch and Thiago Alcantara are all doubts. Given their incredible home record, I'm going to side with the Citizens here. Also considering both teams' respective defensive records as well as the players missing through injury, I'm going to pair the selection with under 5 match goals. We're off to the G-Tech next as Brentford entertain Arsenal. Brentford sit 11th after 12 games with a record of 4 wins, 4 draws and 4 losses. They've only failed to score in 2 out of 12 games and have scored in all 6 of their home games so far. They've also recorded just 3 clean sheets, one of which came at home and was against bottom side Burnley. Arsenal sit in 3rd place, having recorded 8 wins, 3 losses and the 1 loss. They've scored in 11 out of 12 league games so far and have managed 2 or more goals in 8 out of 12. They've recorded a clean sheet in 3 out of 5 away and have the joint best defensive record overall. Despite not having Ivan Toney available for selection, Brentford have 2 more points and 1 more goal than they had at this stage last season. They lost just twice in front of their own fans last season, and one of those was a 3-0 defeat to today's opponents, Arsenal. Going back to the start of last season, the Gunners have the best away record of any Premier League side, having lost only 5 out of 24. They have only failed to score in 3 of that 24 game sample, keeping a clean sheet in 10. Both Gabriel Jesus and Martin Odegaard are once again available for selection, which is a huge boost for Mikel Arteta's men. Arsenal's excellent away record alongside the returns of Gabriel Jesus and Martin Odegaard means I'm going to side with them, and I'm going to pair it with under 5 goals because I just don't see this game escalating into a shootout. Spurs look to get back to winning ways in a tough home match as Aston Villa come to visit. After a 10-game unbeaten start to the season, Spurs have lost their last 2 games and dropped to 4th in the table. Ange Postecoglou's side have scored in all of their games so far, scoring 2 or more in 9 out of 12. Their last 3 games have seen a significant drop-off in shots, with game stay and significant injuries and suspensions both playing their part. Before the international break, Villa recorded their 13th straight Premier League home victory. Away from home, they've dropped points on 4 occasions this season, with losses at Newcastle, Liverpool and Nottingham Forest, and a draw at Wolves. They've scored in 10 out of 12 games overall and only kept 2 clean sheets. Tottenham average the third most shots in the Premier League, but have recorded 10 or less in their last 3 games. They are ravaged with injuries and suspensions, with 3 of their starting back 4 unavailable, as well as Yves Bissouma and James Maddison in midfield, who have played pivotal roles for them this season. Aston Villa are the second highest scorers in the Premier League with 29 goals. They also rank 4th for shots, 5th for shots on target and 4th in expected goals. Their games see plenty of goals, with both teams scoring in 8 out of 12 and over 2.5 goals landing in 9 of 12. I can see both teams scoring in this one given the attacking prowess of each, but I cannot see Villa losing here given the injuries and suspensions that Spurs must deal with. We're off to what will be a charged Goodison Park next as Everton face Manchester United. Following a 10-point deduction, Everton sit second bottom of the Premier League with a record of 4 wins, 2 draws and 6 losses. They come into this game unbeaten in their last 3 and have scored in 6 of their last 7. They've kept just 2 clean sheets overall. Manchester United are up to 6th in the league with a record of 7 wins and 5 losses. They are the division's most in-form side, having picked up 12 points from their last 5 matches. In terms of shots, shots on target and XG, Everton are actually ranked as a mid-table side despite their lowly league position. They come into this match with no new selection problems. The supporters are planning protests ahead of and during the game, so the atmosphere at Goodison will be hostile and the players likely fired up. Manchester United have not won a game by more than 1 goal this season. While taking the 5th most shots in the league, they rank 14th for goals, 10th for shots on target and 12th for XG. Defensively, they have conceded the 6th least goals but the 13th most XG against. The Red Devils continue to be without key players due to injury, namely Lisandro Martinez, Casemiro, Christian Eriksen up the spine. All things considered, I'm going to back Everton 0.0 on the Asian handicap, same as TynoBet. They will be fired up for this one following the points deduction and come up against the United side still struggling with a lot of injuries. Despite the away side's form coming into this game, it must be noted that United's victories this season have been against the likes of Wolves, Forest, Burnley, Brentford, Sheffield United, Fulham and Luton, mostly sides you'd consider to be bottom half and in many cases relegation candidates. The final game of match week 13 is on Monday and it's Fulham vs Wolves at Craven Cottage. Fulham sit 15th after 12 games with a record of 3 wins, 3 draws and 6 losses. They're winless in their last 4 games, picking up just 1 point from a possible 12 in that sample. Their victories have come against Everton, Luton and Sheffield United, who all currently sit 17th or below. Wolves' dramatic injury time winner against Spurs before the international break means that Gary Neal's side are up to 12th with a record of 4 wins, 3 draws and 5 losses. They haven't failed to score in a match since the opening weekend and have kept just 1 clean sheet all season. Both teams have landed in 10 out of their 12, including their last 9 in a row. Only one team has scored less goals than Fulham this season, which is bottom side Burnley. Fulham currently ranks 17th for shots, 16th for shot on target and 18th for XG. João Palhinha misses this game through suspension. He's going to be a huge miss for Fulham. He's been so important in terms of tackles and interceptions. Wolves' improvement has been noticeable in recent weeks and they currently rank 12th for shots and 11th for goals. After a run of 6 games where they lost the XG battle, they've now generated more than their opponents in 4 out of their last 5. Pedro Neto is a doubt for this game, which is a blow to them. He leads the way in goal involvements with 7 so far this season. I'm going to back Wolves 0.0 on the Asian handicap, same as TynoBet, and that's at a price of plus 110. Fulham have struggled to create chances this season, and the absence of João Palhinha will be a huge factor. That's all from me on this match week 13 of the Premier League. Thanks for listening, and if you're enjoying the content, please hit like and subscribe to the channel. Also be sure to check out our Gamblers Paradise Discord. We've got a great team of experts in there covering the NFL, NBA, NHL and more. You can find the link to join in the description of this video. I'll be back next week with more picks and predictions, so until then, best of luck with all of your bets. Have a great weekend. Bye bye.